grand final. The ground versus rock queen matchup is a bit annoying. Good, get that. Get that Starly out immediately. It needs to die.
Tough.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm available if you need me to commentate anything.
What?
Elise versus TripleM.
Literally unwinnable second game.
I mean, I think I could have defended it a little bit better.
No, you literally couldn't have.
Well, I could have defended a little bit better at the cost of some pawns. I should have went for some. I just didn't realize it during the
Elise
game.
actually had a bit of mercy on you by not ending it in like the 4 turns that it took TripleM to do it to her.
No, I think it's really scenario based. Like I really think that I had some research to delay it longer.
Mate, it's just better if you say, yeah, that sucked, and
But it was still really terrible. Like there was no way I was gonna be winning after a queen trade, if it occurred anyways.
Triple, I swear to God, make your move. You've been sitting here for 2
I mean,
minutes.
it's normal that he's thinking because this is really hard to defend. Like he cannot really defend the poison pawn really easily.
I wish we could have just gone and unga bunga'd
And
a
like
bit more.
And like now the problem is that Elise is planning to swing over the ground queen to hit the electric pawn and fork the grass king now. So actually, TripleM already needs to give up something. And I think he's gonna probably give up. I don't know actually.
No, I think the plan is to just power through the kingside back line.
I mean, his best chance here is actually to give up the material on the queen side because his king side is too vulnerable to ground right now. And this is just terrible for him. There's no counterplay. You would never want this in a mate team battle. He can only calculate which one provides him the most RNG potential at this point. Yeah, he's giving up everything on the king side with some chances of RNG.
Quite a bit. If this queen hits...
there's not good targets for the rock queen.
Oh,
that's the
no,
problem.
there is.
No, there isn't. Like, you can hit the fire pawn, but then you cannot hit the fighting knight. You can hit the ice pawn, but then you cannot hit the stone knight. There's like a friend guard. There's like a weak armor, a friend guard going on White's team.
We're looking at the Starly, but I mean, of course, Elise is gonna move the king as soon as Starly's targeted.
Yeah, that's not a real target.
I don't know what your definition of target is, but that's still a target.
Yeah, it's a target, but I mean, it doesn't provide much opportunities. Yep, just swing over from it. Swing over on the side. Defend the grass pawn and give up the flying pawn, and wow, what? Is that really how Elise defends this? Huh. I'm not sure about what Elise move now, because now it's really hard for Elise to defend the electric bishop there. I mean, it's still good. but it's
Yeah, it's defended now.
actually it's more bigger brain than I thought. It's bigger brain than I thought. Elise intentionally sacrificed the pawn, the grass pawn, so that he can, can get the open file for the steel rook to target the fairy pawn down the line. So it was a pawn sacrifice in the end. It wasn't a pawn blunder. Just to hunt down TripleM king quickly. And the steel rook, if it gets there, it's gonna do massive damage. Still, there's not much to hope here.
There literally isn't. This queen is just gonna run train on the back end, on the back side.
I mean, you have to be worried to not accidentally hang the queen to the flying pawn combo. The rock queen to... So right now, what White's plan here is probably gonna put all the pieces on the dark squares to avoid all sorts of nasty tactics on the light squares. And from there, I assume castle king side and push away the fire pawn and hope that hope it leads to somewhere. Wait, this is actually more nasty than I thought. Oh, this actually is, yeah. Huh. Yeah, the Dragon Knight isn't doing much against the Fairy Knight. Wow. This is just to defend against the knight coming in and checking Elise, but will TripleM go for the RNG? I don't think so. I don't think he's the type that want to go for the RNG, knowing that you can't be sidestepped.
Because he isn't. He literally plans against it. He's not one for it.
Yeah. And there's no good threat. It's just a small RNG opportunity that can be ignored. And the most funny part about this whole position is actually that TripleM's rock queen is trapped. It can't even go anywhere. And while it cannot go anywhere, like, what's his plan now? Like, he maybe activate the ghost rook somehow, but the ghost rook doesn't have any good targets. So and yeah, he's running down his time here, which I think time should be the key element of how to push for a win if he tries to. Really. Yes, he's going for the RNG here. This is actually super nasty in some ways. But let's hope. He's going for the second layer of RNG. Super nasty.
He's now also down 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's going for the RNGs. The RNGs are his only chances.
To just say, you know what, this game isn't gonna be won. Hit the RNG and let's move on.
Rock Queen takes electric crit takes king, huh? Or Rock, or actually Rock Queen takes poison pawn crit. Or, you know, there's still some chances here for RNG. Some chances, it's not significant. Like maybe Dragon Knight going in.
And then it gets taken by the fighting by Conkelder. Hopefully,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And now if Conkelders reaches in front of the poison pawn, the Rock Queen is officially trapped. And I think RNG is the only way here at this point. And what's the best way to RNG is probably to just kiss the Ghost King. Oh, he was going for the crit. And now, Elise just, yeah. The final lay of RNG! The final lay of RNG has pulled him through. Free check trading pays off. Yeah. I mean, it's really tough to minimize RNG when your queen is offsided, but it was their only chance. There was so many opportunities to make a comeback, and he managed to get some of it.
The montage coming in with TripleM is OP. A Pokemon chess montage. Anyway, Ghost. No good lead-ins to hit the king. Bug does have a lead-in. It actually has two lead-ins. It has it has Poniard, and it has Solosis. Now let's look at Rock. Rock has the Caterpie to lead into victory.
I think Black's plan is actually really simple here. If Black successfully trade queens, which might not be the hardest thing because Ghost resists Bug, then the end game is gonna be, the end game will be a bit. The end game would be a bit better.
Is literally impossible for TripleM to win if it gets too low.
No, it's still possible, but it's gonna be not the easiest thing.
No, I'm talking about like literal endgame King v King.
Yeah, King v King would be impossible, but with the water rook still in the game, with the water, yeah, this is not obvious to defend, but you really need to block it with the queen or something. You have to literally kiss the other's queen. That's the best defense I can come up with. Like, yeah, you push the electric. Oh, he's going for the Fairy Knight. I mean, Fairy Knight resists Bug, I guess. It is the thing. But where is it gonna go if it gets attacked? You can't sacrifice the whole knight. There's still Bug weaknesses. Yep. There's only one square here that is good for one or two square actually. One is better than the other. Probably. I'm not sure. Yeah, at least going for the full knight sacrifice. Didn't see the potential. Didn't saw the potential of offering a queen trade to defend the position.
Interesting turn we have.
Oh, but like
Sick.
the Fairy Knight is not gonna move anyways, because the Fairy Knight is needed to defend the king side, and decided to play down a knight instead of the line where you offer a queen trade early. Yeah, and now it's trying to block everything with the queen. I think she should have brought the queen out beforehand, because that way you can block already. It was not a real threat.
I mean, you can obviously block this.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other move here. You might actually have can possibly find compensation with the open F file, because it's gonna be hard for TripleM to actually defend against the fighting rook if it attacks the steel pawn and the rock pawn, and the dark knight can't really move into the way. So if I were TripleM here, I don't think the queen trade is necessary, but it's the F file's not open. I'm stupid.
He's taking it anyway.
Yeah, the endgame is better for him, but there was an RNG risk. He had all the RNG risk for doing that action.
Moving the knight down would be pretty decent. Hitting either Geodude, Vanillite. If it goes to the Geodude square, it's Forking King and Duraludon.
I don't see the Geo. Oh, the Fighting Knight, huh? Yeah, that would be super convenient, but I
But
think that Black can defend that.
that takes quite a few turns.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a threat. Shouldn't. It's gonna. Yep, the Fighting Rook is gonna be the most important piece in Elise's position.
Of course, it's got the most effect. It's got the most super effectives on the other side of the board.
I mean, it's just defending the Dark Pawn. So, and asking
The
Triple
Dark
M
Pawn
if
does
you.
not need to be defended right now.
No, it needs to. It's attacked twice by the Dragon Pawn, by the Dragon Bishop, by Dragon Knight, and it's also attacked by Absol. The Dragon Knight could have just taken it, and by moving the Fighting Rook Conkeldurr sideways, Elise has been offering whether Triple M wants to give up the Bishop and Knight for the Fighting Rook. Yeah. Wow. Still, Triple M is not gonna take the offer. I guess he doesn't need to.
He never
would
does
have been
stuff like this.
Yeah, it's getting real tricky.
Thick man.
Ah, this is the Dark Knight.
Awesome,
Absol.
dude. We love double miss.
Not pushing the Fire Pawn just to defend it. If I'm not mistaken, material counter is pretty equal right now. Comes down to the typing of the pieces. Offering to sacrifice that pawn. I mean, as a res trade, huh? A res trade, as we call it, resisted trade. If he takes it, doesn't take it. Instead, we have another sequence of RNG here, and it's the RNG is in Elise's favor. I think this is a good try for RNG again. If Elise wants to try to get a bigger advantage. Yep, goes for it. Still very tricky. Gotta find ways to develop your pieces here. Yep, pushing the Fire Pawn, unleashing the Flying Bishop. Wow. Triple M just attacks the Dragon Rook, preventing the Castle Queenside. Nice. Still kind of tricky. Triple M could go for a RNG attempt by attacking the Ground Knight.
Yeah, also really unfortunate that the fire and ice pawns are both on dark squares, where poor Omastar is on a white square.
Yep.
Very unfortunate for him.
That also includes the Bug Pawn.
Yeah. The only thing it can hit right now is with super effective is Delibird.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you try to trade off the bishops in the end, early on if we can, but it happens, man. It's not obvious how to play this position still. This position is pretty tight. Pretty tight. There's not too many great pawn pushes. pushing the electric pawn, huh? I mean, it attacks the bishop. Triple M is gonna retreat surely. Question is where?
No, you should totally take it.
He's retreating such that it's gonna be harder for Elise to bring out the Elise out. Well, one attempt. Is just sidestep this? Don't need to think much how. Yep, that's one way. This could get real spicy.
Not quite sure about castling Blastoise with
It has really nice ideas, but basically, like Elise King is in the center of the board, and therefore Triple M is probably planning to bring the rooks toward the center to X-ray the king, and hopefully he blast open the center and get Elise King at some point.
I don't know how you define the center, but that sure is how ain't the center of the board.
Yeah, I mean, not yet, I guess. Wow,
Okay.
nice. Finding the super effective fork. This is.
But yeah.
Wow. I mean, the idea was nice, but the execution is. Wow, the in-betweener.
Now Triple can move the
Triple, yeah,
he's
it's gonna move the steel pawn, right? Steel pawn, and that still allows the fork, which is kind of tricky. And his bishop is now hanging, so actually, yep, he saves the pawn. It's actually really tough, is it? Now the question is, which rook does he give up? And I think the best rook to save here is the water rook. It has some value. Because the steel king cannot hit water.
It's got good on both Cyndaquil and... Well, Geodude is dead, so it doesn't have that anymore. It also has good on Mudsdale, but that won't matter if, it takes Mudsdale right here.
Yeah.
Fairy is good on... Fairy is good on both of Elise's bishops. Can be hit by Duraludon. And super effective against
Actually, now that I'm looking at it closer, there's a chance that Triple M is just gonna... Actually, never mind. This is real tough. Wow, what? The disconnect?
Oh, God, dude.
What? Wait, it was... It's the website, right? It's technically mate.
So...
Is it? Actually, no, it's not mate.
Might just win because she gets to move first.
No, yeah, it's mate. It's mate. There's no defending this.
They both have the same thing. Triple M, make a move!
No, there's no move for Triple M almost.
Yeah, he can start making some moves.
I mean,
you see, when a situation like this comes up, the first thing I always like doing is pulling out the knight, which actually is really bad. But like, if he gets Rapidash out right in front of the Shinx, that blocks Ninetales from doing that.
Yeah, but then you can, Elise can just push the Puff to attack the Ninetales, and Elise will be up a knight. I guess that's a good trade, but it's still not ideal.
You gotta do something.
I mean, it's not an easy position right off the opening. Yep, just defending the king at the cost of potentially the Ninetales. Yep, it's similar to what happened like in the second game.
Yeah, you move there. That still blocks Ninetales, and then you can hit
It's
stones.
forking the ice pawn too, huh? And the steel pawn. But now Elise can go after the electric pawn with the fire queen. Huh, but then it hits the fairy pawn, huh? I guess.
No, it won't. That's not super effective though. So
No, but it hits and defends the electric pawn. The Luxio pre-evolved or something. I don't
Sphinx.
know. Yeah, Sphinx. Yeah, defends the Sphinx.
So we
somehow.
either have 2 super effective takes, or going back and defending.
I don't think this was an aggressive option from Elise, but I'll be honest. TripleM cannot take the cannot take the sphere nor the pawn yard. He doesn't have time to take any of those. The moment he takes it, oh wait, actually he has time to take it if he
He
retreats
takes
back
it
to
and then moves back.
Yeah, he takes it and moves back.
And then actually good
Wait.
on Elise for actually not moving things.
No, this is just super tricky. There's gonna be some RNG involved here for sure. But there's gonna be massive amount of RNG potentially.
Anyway, TripleM, you need to get
What the hell? Again, like who's the one disconnecting? And is this the disconnect gambit? Like, I hate my position, I disconnect. No, just kidding. Let's give him some respect.
There ain't no way, because no, it's Elise again.
Oh.
There's no way she disconnects.
The worst part, these are good positions for Elise. That's the most funny part. These are technically good positions.
Oh, we'll be back after our technical issues are solved. In the recording, not in the stream. Alright, so we are not going to be able to have a stable connection here in Grand Finals, which is very unfortunate. So I guess there you have it, TripleM wins. So that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and of course, have a good day.